if
Hello everyone. Yes, today I want to share this with you from Eckhart and from my own experiences. So be really curious to listen to this wonderful, very interesting talk for you to support you in emotions like anxiety and fear. Yeah. So as these are emotions we should really learn to handle and to not to not really guide us in our life, to control our life, so you get the control back and not these emotions that often control our whole life, because we are only reacting and behaving after these feelings. Refer to these feelings. If they come up, we react, we do something, and finally we are not so happy or joyful anymore, because we have done things that were coming out of these feelings, and they cause more of these feelings, most of the time. So what we have to do is to learn how to handle these emotions and how to soften them and then turn them around into more more life supporting emotions and actions. And I don't want to right away go from fear and anxiety right into joy, happiness and fulfillment. There is a huge gap in between, so you can only reach it. You have to really look at it like a ladder, like stairs. It's a path from, and it's stair after stair, step after step, up, and it's really a stair because it goes up. But the frequency, the joy is a high frequency of a nice feeling. You enjoy this. And fear, anxiety is not a high frequency. It's a very low frequency and tighten up frequency. Anger is neither of it, because anger can be also a very high frequency, but with, let's say, the wrong symbol, like with a minus, not with a plus. But even that is not right. The anger you have, you can enjoy anger as well. You can use as an accelerator to come into action. It's a good thing. And even fear and anxiety is a good thing, because it wants to protect you. It's a protection. It's also coming from love, from love for life, to protect you, to save your life. So it's okay, it's good that it's there, but don't let it allow to decide for your life, because it's anxiety and fear in our regions of the world where we live, in the industrialized countries. We don't have to fear any reason or any cause that could affect or result in death. No one is attacking our life. yeah. Never mind. So I want to really help you here, and I know how this feeling is and how strong it can hold you in that same phase, to not get out of it, over it, or through it, or yeah. So please enjoy this wonderful talk and these ideas and tips and tricks how to deal with it, how to do it, what to do, what you can do. Yeah, relax, lean back, take your cup of tea or warm water and a nice cozy place, light on a candle, and then just take that wonderful me time for you and breathe deeply and enjoy this whole wonderful talk. And don't forget to look up in the end for your wonderful free gift as well.
If you're totally identified with the egoic mind, you will have fear, if only in the background, and it may come out in other forms. It can come express itself as anger. If you look at anger closely, you usually find hidden underneath the anger is a state of fear. So if there's fear, one important thing is to, of course, you need to direct your attention to it. You acknowledge that there's fear. The important question that arises is, are there any thought processes connected with the fear? In other words, what are the thoughts that your mind is producing while you're feeling the fear? Is it possible that certain thoughts that you think frequently or habitually produce the fear? Is it possible you project yourself into the next moment, into the future moment, excessively, trying to control something that you have no control over? What's going to happen to me? Or creating an imaginary scenario of loss that you might suffer. It's not happening now, but it might happen. And many things that the thought activity, excessive thought activity, often creates scenarios of things going wrong that are not happening now, may never happen, often probably will never happen. And even if they did happen, the actual situation would actually be easier to face than the imaginary situation in your mind, because there's nothing you can do, there's no action you can take to remedy an imaginary situation except to stop thinking it. But if an actual situation arises, you face it and you give it your attention, and then you take the action that you need to take. But an imaginary situation, you're totally at the mercy of it, so it only exists in your mind. So you need to see whether your mind is creating the fear by thinking fearful thoughts, by projecting itself into the future. And if that is the case, then you can see, oh, so I'm creating those because my body cannot tell the difference between an actual event that's happening outside and what my mind is producing. So when I'm thinking thought, my life situation is critical, if this is basically what your thoughts are telling you, then your body believes that this is the actual truth, that you are being threatened at this very moment. The body doesn't know the difference, that the tiger isn't in the room. The threatening presence is your thoughts. The body reacts in the same way, whether there's a threat, an actual threat in the room, or your thoughts can create the same even palpitations. You can shortness of breath because you're thinking fearful thoughts. You go at night. I had that for years. Nothing is happening, absolutely nothing. There's a quiet room, nothing. It's all happening in the mind. So if that's the case, see, okay, then you need to tackle the thoughts because they will cause the fear. And how do you tackle thoughts? Is by realizing the futility and the destructive nature of these thoughts and choosing to step out. And what do you do to step out? First, you don't believe your mind that tells you, no, you can't step out, you have to continue thinking. No, you step out and take a conscious breath, or put your attention into the inner energy field of the body. A conscious choice to remove attention from thinking. And you may have to be really alert to do it. If you're immersed in a mind stream, it could even be that it's so powerful that you just cannot get out. It has such gravitational pull, it pulls you, but at least you know that this is what's happening. So there's a state where you cannot help yourself yet, but at least there is the beginning of a disidentification from it, when you know that this is what is happening. So there's a part of you that knows this is not totally real. This is the fears being produced by my mind. Or in those early stages, you may not yet be able to step out of it. It may be so strong that you're still totally in the grip of it, but at least you know that you're in the grip of it. The worst thing is to be in the grip of it and not even knowing it, because you're so identified with it. It is absolutely real to you. So even to know that this is happening is already a step forward. And then perhaps after a while the energy exhausts itself a little bit of this, and then you can begin to say, okay, you will step out of those fearful thoughts, because they are creating suffering. And you take a conscious breath, and another, and another. And then begin to feel the inner energy field of the body. Wow. It's like this huge burden is suddenly dropped away.
Thank you very much, Eckhart, for this wonderful talk about anxiety and fears. And I would like to go deeper into that, as if from my coaching experience, from my coaching educations, my seminars and everything, I have learned and also experienced by myself, by getting coaching, that behind this fear or anxiety there is often another emotion. And most of the times, try to connect to what I'm saying. I say it in a way that it is a little bit slower and calm, so you can really sense the words and sense what it does to your system, to your body, to your feeling. If you could feel that behind any anxiety and fear there is an anger, there could be, feel into it and see it is not always so, but most of the times there is a deep anger behind. And behind that anger there comes another emotion. And that's what you have to understand and allow to dig deeper into your feelings. There are layers of feelings, and the essential emotion most of the times is feeling powerless. Let me check the word here for you in English. Why is it so small? This is strange. Okay, it's not powerless in the way that you have no energy. It's like out of control, like it's a certain word, my computer is not working. Swoon or fainting. Yeah, a very, very, very feeling. A feeling that makes us stop breathing, that makes us stop moving, like a rabbit when the predator is coming to wanting to eat it. The lion, or it just sitting there, not being able to move, maybe even with mouth open, eyes open like crazy, and you're completely like in a shocking moment, completely out of power, completely not being able to do anything because you are completely in power of someone else, something else. Your life lays in the hands of someone else, not you anymore. That's the fear of this feeling. It's a fear of this feeling, and the fear is a protecting feeling that protects you from having to feel this powerlessness, this out of power, this power, having to have given the power away to someone or something, and to not being able to do anything against or for it. And that is the worst feeling we can feel. And that is often happening when we are very little, very small, or even when we are, like in your childhood. When you have a situation where you felt like that, maybe someone was hurting you physically, or even, psychologically, like mentally. There could be different ways where parents, or it doesn't have to be parents, it could have been maybe someone, maybe a taller, an older child from school that, maybe maybe a group of children from school that would catch you and really do any harm to you, would threaten you with something, maybe telling you something, if you don't give me this money or something, we will kill you, or whatever, it could be anything, any very shocking thing that brought you into that feeling of being completely overwhelmed by feeling completely powerless, not being able to do anything. And fear protects you from feeling this. Fear signals, there's something that might end up in exactly that feeling. So alarm. Fear is the alarm clock. It's only the alarm clock. And I'm saying only because only is when you are a grown up here in this world. If you are capable of listening to such a talk, or living a life of in a protected country, where there is no war, or you have no reason for such a type of fear anymore in this age. And anytime you feel it, it's like Eckhart describes, when you feel this in a normal situation, not normal, but in a situation that happens in a safe place, like a country where there's no war. then you can be sure it's unsuitable reaction. This reaction of you, the fear, is unsuitable for that situation that you are in. So this is the first thing you really have to come aware of, to see, to feel that, and to see that, and to acknowledge that. And then you can ask yourself, oh, okay, I'm overreacting here. First of all, you have to see it, recognize it, and then you can ask yourself, okay, I oversee this. I overfeel this. Okay. And you don't even have to find the real cause in your past. You can, but you don't have to. You just have to realize it, and then you can rapidly turn it around, saying, okay, then everything is fine. I can react completely different now. Yeah, you could right away switch from this fear into relaxing mode. So your brain can start functioning with 100% again. Because in the fear feeling, your whole capacity of your brain gets reduced to only the front part of your brain. Because the energy, your system gets told fear, you have to run away. Because we as humans are not like rabbits just standing still. We would run away. And so our system gets told, okay, become aware, brain thinking not needed, running, power, force in your body. Yeah, so your system will guide all the energy you have out of your brain, reduce the capacity to think correctly, and make you move. And this is so true. I just remember that one moment where I had I came to the counter of a flight counter. I wanted to fly to England that day. And I was driving to the airport and coming into the airport, looking around. It was a small airport, and I thought, oh, no people here. Quite empty. Then I went to the counter. There was one lady, and she already looked at me from the distance, observing me in a little bit of a strange way. Anyhow, I went up to her saying, yeah, I want to check into that flight. And she looked at me saying, you're too late. The boarding is done. And I looked at her, what? I completely didn't expect to be late. I thought I'm completely good in time. And she really explained to me, yes, you are too late, you cannot get in. No way. And I asked, the plane is still there. Yes, but the boarding is over, I don't let you in. And this never happened to me before, and I didn't expect it. So what happened to my system? I completely freaked out inside. My whole system panicked about the fact I cannot get in that flight. I got a real panic, like an intense, shocking, powerless feeling. I felt completely powerless from one second to the other because it was so unexpected. And in that reaction, what happened to my brain was, oh my goodness, I have to do something. I was completely in the mode of doing, but not thinking. I was not capable of thinking correctly. And in this panic, completely panicking behavior of doing and overreacting in my brain, I booked wrong flights, wrong dates. I drove to I did completely wrong things, and I made it somehow to England, but in a completely, extremely complicated, expensive, and wrong booked flight. I had to book more flights later on because I mixed up the dates. I mixed up everything because my brain was not working correctly. And this is what I mean. In such a phase, you are doing all kinds of things that are completely not working. Yeah. So the only thing you have to do when you feel fear coming up, telling yourself, okay, you want to protect me, fear, from what is behind that fear? Ask yourself, what is behind that? And then watch yourself a little bit. There will be answers coming. And that's something I want to also tell you. Ask yourself questions. In any situation where you feel like you're losing control, or you're drifting into a behavior or feeling that you don't like, start asking you questions. Start talking to yourself. Like if another person would do, like if your mom would do, like a mom would do with her child to find out what is wrong. Do it this way. Okay, what is going on? Ask yourself, what's going on? Okay. And that already calms yourself down. You can calm yourself down by doing that. Yeah, I really can tell you this is a wonderful exercise. And also with anger, you can do the same. But yeah, it is maybe a little bit tough if you're very deep into an anger feeling. The only thing there you can do is, well, and also if you're in a deep fear, then breathing. The first thing you can do then is breathing, just breathing. Breathing deeply in and out. And maybe you could also move a certain part of your body. Maybe you take your hand and you shake your hand very strong. First of all, to disconnect you from the anger and connect you more with something else. And moving. The movement is good to vibrate the thing out. Like dogs, when they had like a bite with another dog, when they were fighting with another dog, and they are what they often do is they shake themselves, like if they would be wet, they shake their body to shake that aggression and anger and this feeling, to shake it out. And this is something you can do when you are angry. Maybe you shake your whole body and try to train it a little bit. Try to make you angry. Try to think of something that makes you angry or fearful or whatever, that feelings that make you lose control, that make you, and then think of this, and then you do this shaking. This helps already to install it as a program into your system. And the next time you really get angry because of something caused from the outside, then your system already remembers that program that you did before. And it can then call it up. Yeah. Yeah, and then, of course, always think that everyone feels these type of feelings. We all have these feelings. We all have the same feelings. No matter how tall, how small, what color, what country, we all have anger, fear, happiness, joy. These languages of feelings are all having the same language. There we don't need any translation, right? This language is a language we all speak the same way. But when it is caused to show, to come, to be there in your system, in your body, this is completely individual and also not a matter of religion or something. It's only a matter of each individual, because each individual has completely their own experiences, their own patterns, their own programs. The programs and patterns are often having similarities, in a religious group, in a certain religion, because of the rules, the society rules, that makes us also very similar in things causing certain feelings. And that is what what the media control does use to influence us. I don't use that other word of manipulation. I'm just saying influencing us, because manipulation is something you allow. They are just giving information, but if you let yourself bring into that information, that is up to everyone else. You don't have to believe this or that or anything just because you're seeing or hearing it often. You can always decide new in every second, in every moment. You have the power. To be powerless is it's a refragment from the childhood where we were really, as a baby, you cannot get any food. You are reliable of someone giving you food. You cannot give yourself hugs or emotional. You need someone giving you love, eating, drinking, love, warm, to stay warm. You need a lot of things to survive as a baby, and it's all about the surviving, And these days now, you are capable of organizing that for you to get this, to get food, to get drink, to get love, to give yourself love. You know already you can do it. You can actually learn to set your system into that frequency where you can receive all the love and joy that is out there around you. In the atmosphere, there is this energy. This love energy is in almost everything that you can see, touch, feel. I mean, even in, let's say, in a mobile phone or in a computer or in a materialistic thing, there is love inside, because the people who created that, they gave love into it, into beautiful things like a beautiful candle, like a very pretty, or an ergonomic mobile phone that is good, has a nice touch, a nice feel, a nice look, there is love put into it. The love energy, the life love energy. And love is the same as life. There is no difference. Actually, there could be used only one word for that same thing. It should be called life or lovey or whatever. We should create a new word that describes life and love as the same thing, not two different things, because life, we come alive because and I'm not talking about, and that's why I'm stopping a little bit, because my brain already thinks about my explanations I give to you. And if you were made, for example, by a couple that didn't love each other, yeah, this happens too, that there was, accidents and bad things, you know what I mean. A woman didn't want to have sexual, things maybe, and still a baby was coming out of such a situation. The thing that creates a baby, or that creates that life, that new life, is because this whole connected being that we are wanted to create this form. There was a wish to create this new life with exactly the features that it has. Yeah, I call it features now, but like all the way that this baby is, this is how it was meant to be in that moment, right in that time. It was just perfect, meant to be. Yeah, and that's what we all have to understand. What just comes into my mind is what is about weapon, someone building a weapon. Where is the love in this? And I could go deeper into this as well by saying someone wanted to protect because of love for their life. Yeah, that was an interesting talk today, huh? Okay. I hope you can connect with what I had to give you today. And I really look forward to have a coaching session with you if you like to take that wonderful free gift that I am offering you. Yeah, you can look me up on the channel description. There is my email address. You can write me an email with some times available for European time in the evening after 9 p.m. And then we can really connect and get to know each other. Wouldn't that be great? I would love to do that and to give you a wonderful free session. And I'm sure it's always doing something good to you. And no matter if it's a huge thing that can happen or a small little button that you could press. Yeah, it's up to you, and even it's not up to you, it's up to the timing. If it's now your time to make a bigger step or a smaller step. Yeah? And you don't know that. Your system will know. While we meet and while we talk, your system will allow, I will help you that it allows it. And then your system will know what in this room that I'm offering, that I'm opening for you, what wants to be looked at and to be kind of, let's say the word healed. It's a kind of a healing, but or a salvation. We solve something, we turn something, we change something into the right place. That is, causing your energy system to flow better, to have your energy lines reconnected again. Maybe a bigger one or smaller ones, we will see. Yeah, and now I want you to remember who you really are. Do you remember already when I say that? I hope so. If not, I tell you now who you are. You are the lottery win in your life. Yes, this is what you are. No doubt anymore about that. There is no greater lottery win than you are in your life. And you are that to all the other people around you as well. This is what the reality is about you. And now I wish you a wonderful time, second, minute, hour, day, week, months, year, just every time from now on. And also from the past. Even thinking back shall bring you joy.